We didn't think it was going to be much, but the Jets did a great job. Aaron Rodgers looked unbelievable. Aaron Rodgers, 281 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. The Jets defense recorded 7 sacks. And at the end, Drake May got an opportunity to play. And you know what? It might be a sign of things to come, because you kind of know what you was going to get with Jacoby Brissett. You just wanted the rook to sit, learn a little bit. You was kind of hoping probably Brissett could get a little farther into the season, Ocho, but it doesn't look like it. But you know what you're going to get, Jacoby Brissett. He's not changing anybody's life. But give the Jets credit tonight. They look really good. Aaron Rodgers looked good.
Very good.
Like he normally does. Now he looks like the Aaron Rodgers that we saw in Green Bay.
Yes, he does.
What did you like? What did you like most about what you saw from the Jets tonight?
I mean, you know what? What I saw most from the Jets is the consistency of their offense. Now, there was a little lull, obviously, in the third and fourth quarter, but their first and second quarter, they look good. Going up and down the field, being able to run the ball, having a consistent balance of run and pass. Garrett Wilson looks very good. Mike Williams looks good. The running game looks good. Now, this is the Jets that people were expecting to see if Aaron Rodgers didn't get hurt last year.
Correct.
So with him being healthy, now he made me a little nervous sometimes. Every time he scrambled outside that damn pocket and go goddamn run, and I'm like, it's like I'm holding my breath a little bit, because I know his Achilles is messed up. But again, something that other quarterbacks need to learn, like Tua. Every time he got out the pocket, what's the first thing Aaron Rodgers did?
Feet first. Down. Get down.
Feet first, get down. But other than that, man, they look phenomenal. And that defense, they didn't look good last week, but this week, they look much better. And the fact that this Patriot team that I just saw tonight beat my goddamn Bengals at home. Week 1, I don't know what is going on. But listen, if you're a Jet fan, if you're in the chat, you're a Jet fan, even if you're not a fan of Aaron Rodgers because of all the extracurricular activities he talks about and does off the field, the young man, this is a reason why they put up with his bullshit. And he gave you an example of that tonight.
Yeah, Ocho, when I watched this game, I'm looking at the Patriots and I'm thinking to myself, y'all had a game plan for Tom Brady. A guy that can't run. The last thing you want to do is let Aaron Rodgers get outside the pocket and throw the ball. That's where he's most dangerous. He made his bones. He's a 4-time league MVP. Yes, Aaron Rodgers can throw the ball from the pocket. He's one of the most prolific throwers of the football that we've ever seen. But he's most dangerous outside of the pocket. That's what you do to a Tom Brady. You force Tom Brady off his mark. Yes, Tom is accurate outside of the pocket, but he's not as accurate outside of the pocket as he is in the pocket. Aaron Rodgers is the flip side. Yes, Aaron can beat you from the pocket, but you would much rather have him because you don't want to give him that kind of time once he escapes the pocket. Now, he can't run like he wants. He couldn't run like he could when he was 28, 32. He's 40 now. We understand that. But his arm is still just as dangerous. And if you let him buy time outside of the pocket, and we know this about Aaron, if you studied his career, he loves throwing the ball to the tight end. And his tight end came up with some big catches on third down to keep the chains going, give him an opportunity to stay on the field, get 3 more downs. But I didn't really like the game plan of the Patriots because they let Aaron get outside to his left. They let him get outside to his right. That is a game plan that you have for a stationary quarterback, a Tom Brady, a Peyton Manning, or Kirk Cousins. I ain't worried about y'all going nowhere. So I'm just going to make sure I'm going to get you off your mark in the pocket. But when you look at them, they ran the ball okay, not great, not great. They ran the ball okay. The defense did what they were supposed to do. What I think was an overmatched team. You dominate them. You dominate them. That's what you're supposed to do, Ocho. A team that you're better than, you're supposed to come out of the game feeling that you're better than. Not like, man, I wish we had played better. We're supposed to beat that team by X amount of points. So when you play somebody and you're better damn near across the board, this is what you're supposed to do. Now, they missed a field goal, and I'm sure there's some things that Aaron and the offensive staff is going to look at, like, you know what, guys, we probably should have had another 10, 14 points.
Easy.
And we feel a lot. I mean, we feel good, but we feel a lot better about ourselves. I think that's the thing that the coaches that I really appreciate about a lot of the coaches that I played for, Ocho, that even when we won the game, he's like, we're going to go back and watch the film because there are some things that we can do a lot better to make sure that we're clicking on all cylinders, everything's going okay. But the Jets, now you get 10 days. You don't play again until the following Sunday. You get some time off. You played a lot of games in the first 11, because they had a Monday night game Then they played a Sunday, and then they came and played a Thursday. So you're looking at about 3 games in a span of 11 days. That's a lot. That's a lot on a 40-year-old body. And well, so give Aaron credit for going to – go ahead.
One thing Aaron ain't practicing. he ain't practicing.
Again,
okay.
I won my appeal.
Okay.
Against Favre.
Okay.
He said I defamed him.
Okay.
And in a strongly worded opinion, they said Mr. Sharpe offered strong opinions based on things that were reported. It's fact. And that's not defamation.
Right.
So hopefully, there's a chance he tries to throw a Hail Mary and take it to the Supreme Court. Who knows? Maybe his job is but I was never going to back down.
Right.
And P Mac, said, hey, he didn't. No, I don't feel I did anything wrong. I ain't got no problem, Ocho.
Yes,
and fans and people that's listening and watching right now, you've heard me say, actions, I control that.
Yes, sir.
Consequences are out of my control. But the consequences that come from my actions, I stand here on it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
On business, all 10.
I'm wrong. I don't believe I defamed Brett Favre. I believe I offered a very strong opinion on what was reported in the paper.
Speaking of what was reported, is it still true? And has the money been paid back, or are we gonna leave that alone until
the money he paid the original, but they said he owes interest that hasn't been paid back.
Oh, interest.
That's what was reported.
Right.
I was speaking on what reported. Now, at the time, I said he took money. Skip said he paid it back. I said, and what about the interest? It's been reported that the interest hadn't been paid back. And like the funds some of the funds, $5 million, $4 million or something went for a volleyball arena. And so, I was surprised that he filed a lawsuit. And so, what I always do, Ocho?
Yeah.
I get with Marvin. I go in. I say, so what are we going to do?
Right.
He says, they got these firms. He said, this would be the number one, Williams and Connolly.
Yeah. Oh, Williams and Connolly. Yeah. They helped me on a few of my cases.
Man, Ocho.
Yeah.
It cost your boy a penny.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to tell me.
But it wasn't about the money.
Right.
I wasn't going to bow down because, sometimes people try to put you in a pinch and think big bank take little bank.
Oh, no.
I'd spent up all my money.
Yeah, we got it.
I was never going to apologize because I don't believe I did anything wrong. Yeah, if I was wrong, if I say something and somebody like, okay, Meg Thee Stallion, she took what I said. She took it. It hurt her.
Right.
Okay, I ain't got no problem. Meg, I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention. Intent don't matter.
Right.
Because you were equally as offended, even though that wasn't my intention. If I say something, the way I behaved at the Lakers game, I'm wrong. I'm wrong, dead ass. But I don't believe I defamed Brett. I don't. I was offering a strong opinion on what was being reported.
Right. I mean, listen, everybody reported it. Why was he just solely focused on you is the question.
You know why, but it is what it is.
Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to bring that up. My bad.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I'm glad. So all the people, Joe, everybody that handled it, Ocho, they came in. They took all Ash emails.
Yeah.
Because she was my producer.
Yeah.
My phone, they came and plugged that machine up to my phone and took everything off it.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, I got one of them too. I got one of them at the Hive.
I say, so what happened? I say, I just want y'all to know, I'm about to own something. If anything on this phone get out,
right,
I'm about to own something. I don't know what, but I'm gonna own it.
Yeah.
And like I say, bro, it was just I'm just hopefully it's over. I really do, Ocho. I hope it's over. Yeah. I wish Brett nothing but the best. I heard that he's going to either tomorrow or next week. He's going before Congress, and they're going to ask some questions about the funds.
Right.
What he knew, how much he knew, when did he know, what did he know, and so I just want the people of Mississippi to have their day in court.
Right.
That was wrong for however it got out that the funds were misappropriated.
Right.
And I want the people of Mississippi to be made whole, because that's the poorest state in the U.S. Mississippi is the poorest. They can ill afford to have any money slip through the cracks and go to people that didn't deserve it or didn't. And that's bad.
Right.
And I just Ocho, and people, you've heard me say it. I hate, I just want people that can't help themselves. I mean, you talk about people making $10,000 and $15,000, $20,000 a year. Man, come on. And I just feel look, I'm for God. You blessed me. You've shown favor to me more than I probably deserve. But everybody ain't like us, Ocho.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to play a number of years in the NFL or play a professional sport. Everybody's not going to have a job and be able to take care of their money. And when they retire, they good. Everybody ain't going to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just hate that the people of Mississippi, and I don't know why people would do that, but I'm just glad it's over. I wish Brett the best. I wish the people of Mississippi that they get their day and let justice be served. So that's where I am on that. So I'm glad. Thank you to my team at Williams and Connolly.
What does Mel talk about, man? This is what happened when somebody has been in the position that they never played the game, but has studied the game and knows a lot about the players coming out of college and knows the ins and the outs and all the little nuances, and he talks good during the draft. Now you're saying something needs to be outlawed. For what? For what? How about you realize that the goddamn offensive line play is fucking horrible this season? That's why the goddamn pass
terrible.
Horrible. Look at the left tackles. Look at the right tackles in today's game. Look at it. Pay attention. You'll see why the goddamn numbers are down. It has nothing to do with goddamn cover two-man, none of that shit, or two safety looks. Like, goddamn, Mel, shit.
I mean, so in other words, he want the touchdown rate to keep going up. I mean, he ain't gonna be satisfied till you got 5 quarterbacks throwing for 50 touchdowns in the season. Guess what? When Dan Marino threw for 48 touchdowns, they played cover 2. When Peyton Manning threw for 55, they played cover 2. When Tom threw for 50, they played cover 2. When Patrick Mahomes threw for 50, they played cover 2. Marino threw for 48 and 5,000 yards back in the 80s, they played cover 2.
It's just ridiculous. And matter of fact, how about this? If you're going to take out the 2 high safety, right?
Yeah.
You got corners having to play man-to-man with some of these elite receivers not having no goddamn help. They need to motherfucking raise the goddamn pay for the DBs in. Let the DBs make sure the DBs making $30 million a year if they got to cover these fools, Tyreek and David Worthy and Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed and all these fast dudes one-on-one no help.
I'm gonna make it even. I'm gonna make it easy for it. If no more cover 2, you can't have a wide receiver on the field that runs 4.3 or faster.
Since you want to handicap every guy.
Yes. Since you want to handicap the defense, everything. They got to play all this. They got to play all this single high. Okay, all your receivers got to run at least 4-4. Run 4-4 or higher.
That's a trip, man. Come on, Mel. I love you. Listen, Mel, I love you and I respect you, baby. But come on, man.
You do realize they went to that. They used to all they played was single high safety until Bob Hayes. Bob Hayes came into the league. How you gonna, the world's fastest man? You gonna play him in single high with a man coverage?
Yep.
He the fastest man on the planet, and you got a DB. Now, remember it's dancing like Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. Ginger Rogers had a harder job because she did everything Fred Astaire did, and she did it backwards in heels.
Yeah.
So we're asking these DBs to do everything Tyreek Hill does, but I need you to do it backwards.
That's crazy.
With no help.
That's crazy. It'd be a touchdown on every play. Or
if you just had to play single high, yeah, for sure.
Listen,
it ain't gonna be no touchdown, but it's gonna be a lot of yards.
Listen, you play off for 7 yards and keep everything in front of you, but all they're gonna do is march right down the goddamn field.
Yeah, you got to be able to switch it up. You got to play cover 2. You got to play quarters. You got to play 55. You got to play 6 kick. You got to play 7. $88.
I don't even think Mel was thinking. Like, did you think that process through? There's a reason for different coverages. There's a reason for different defenses. It makes the game difficult for quarterbacks so they don't know where to go with the ball.
Right.
There's a reason you get bluffed. There's a reason why the safeties drop down. I mean, there's a reason why they got their offensive line shifts right before the snap of the ball. Like, come on, man.
Ocho, you remember in college? You remember in college? They say, man, y'all need to do it with the no huddle. These these no huddle offenses. Yeah. They gonna get somebody. No, you gonna have to coach your team up and get them in better shape so they can handle it. Well, you're gonna have to get your quarterback smarter and understand where to go with the football. Right. Get them to study better and stop putting the ball in harm's way. Yeah, because they're not telling the offense, well, you can't run empty. You can't run 5 wides. You can't run 3-by-1. You can't run Come on, man. Damn, y'all just want the offense to go up and down. Y'all, so just I tell you what, this how the DBs the defense play with one shoe. You can only wear one shoe. Damn. At some point in time, damn, let the defense win. Give me something, Ocho. Let me win something.
Hell no.
Damn.
All the damn rules in today's game are predicated towards the offensive players. Nah, Mel.
They try. Yes.
Mel, you can't touch the receivers past 5 yards. You can't touch. You can't do nothing. Now he want to take up.
I can't hit him too hard, Ocho. Remember, I can't hit him too hard.
Oh, you can't hit him. You can't.
And the quarterback.
Listen, you can't make him think twice about coming across that goddamn middle. Receivers, receivers be out there catching stuff like the Mona Lisa, smiling, one hand in the air in the middle of
the field. Man. I mean, I'm trying to think. I can't remember, and I'm sure it might have happened, but I don't remember all these catches with one hand. Like you see these guys going across the middle.
Yeah, looking pretty.
These guys catching 3-step slant routes. Ocho, 3 steps. Man, Mike Singletary, boy.
Man, your head a bit, man, listen. Your head would have been rolling, boy.
You'd have had a visor over your ear hole, because that's what you'd have been looking out of. As soon as you brought your ass in that 3-step slant route, Ocho, you better let that backer clear.
Man, well, you better than me. Hit me in the second window, sir.
Thank you.
Hit me in the second window.
You better let Singletary clear. You better let Ray and them clear. Offerdahl and all those guys, Urlacher. What? A 3-step slant?
Man, I don't want none of that. And I don't want to hear that shit, man. It's okay. I know you're the quarterback. You're the most important player and most important position on the field because you touch the ball every goddamn play. But come on, man. You listen, you have to say the right thing. Bryce Young is saying all the right things because he's in a position where he has to. You went to a fucking dumpster fire. It's the reason they were the team to pick and had the first pick in the goddamn draft. Everybody can see it. Your family gonna tell you the truth. Your friends are gonna tell you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. It ain't you. There ain't nothing wrong with you.
Some of it is, Ocho.
Shit.
Ocho, did you know?
Listen. Find me somebody out the Old Testament. Find me somebody out the New Testament that can come play for the goddamn Panthers and make a goddamn difference. Nobody. Boy, Jesus himself could come down here in them goddamn sandals he be wearing. Ain't nothing changing. Unc is bad. When Sam Darnold was there, they said it was Sam Darnold's fault. When Baker Mayfield was there, they said it was Baker Mayfield's fault. Bryce Young is there, they said it's Bryce Young's fault. Sam Darnold and goddamn Baker Mayfield are off to motherfucking historic starts again.
Yeah. I think Baker might have went to the Pro Bowl last year or something. Yeah. And he's played very well since he's got out of that cesspool, which is Carolina.
Hey, let me tell you something, Chad. I want you to stay with me real quick. Listen to me. Dave Tepper knows Frank Wright got fired in week 11.
11 games.
11 games. He understands David Tepper has a very short fuse and has little to no patience at all and not understanding that it takes time. It takes time. You're not finna buy your way into having a successful team. It takes time to build. So I think Dave Canales is sitting back. Well, you know what, right now, I think my goddamn job is on the line.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we can win with Bryce Young, not understanding the elephant in the room is more than just Bryce Young. There are other issues that need to be addressed. David Tepper knows that. Mr. Canales knows that as well.
Right.
There's nothing Bryce Young can do. And I'm going to ask you one more thing. I'm going to let you talk. Because if you don't stop me, I'm going to keep on going. There's 31 other quarterbacks in the team. Chad, be honest with yourself. 31 other quarterbacks in the league that are starters. Name one that can come to the Panthers team right now and make a goddamn difference. Please tell me. And matter of fact, I'm going to the game this Sunday. I think the Panthers are playing the Raiders in Vegas. I got to work that game. So now I get to see it in person. So when we do the show Sunday night, I'm going to be able to tell y'all, what did I tell you? I just saw it in person. It ain't Bryce Young. But go ahead. Now you got me.
I think Ocho, look.
I'm 38 hot now.
The problem that
making that damn speech like he the issue.
The problem is that owners, let's just say owners and ADs, you get a team that won one game or a team that won 3 games, and you expect no matter who you hire to come in and all of a sudden y'all gonna be a playoff team. Y'all come in, all of a sudden you're in the college football playoff. Do you realize how bad you were before you got in there, before you changed regimes?
You know what the problem is? The people that are in positions of power, they're not football guys. We have businessmen buying teams. That's the problem. Businessmen that use money, and they know that what money does in the business world, it changes things right away.
Right.
In the football world, that's not the way shit works.
Nah, because in business, you can create a product and it changes your fortune just like that. Whether it's the iPhone or the iPod or whatever the case may be, you can create something and instantaneously it changes your life. Now, if you're fortunate enough and you get a quarterback, it can change. It can. But what about the piece? Do you have? Remember, Patrick Mahomes went to a team that had Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, and if I'm not mistaken, it had what's the guy? The running Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
But I think he got in trouble, and they ended up shipping him out.
Yeah.
And then they went and got Sammy Watkins. So they surrounded him, as great as he was, they surrounded him with talent.
Yeah.
That's what you got to have, no matter great. I don't care how great. You got to have some. And I'm not saying that the guy you needed, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, and T.O., all on one team. But do they fit? Do the pieces fit?
Right.
And see, that's what everybody said. Well, Tom Brady ain't got no help. No. Those guys that Tom had, they fit.
Right.
Because everybody can't go. You can't take guys that are being alpha dogs and used to being the guy and says, okay, you got 2 passes this week. We're going to run the ball 40 times.
Right.
Like they did like Edelman and Welker and Amendola and those guys. That don't work for Jerry. That ain't working for T.O. That ain't working for Randy. That ain't working, Ocho. Right. And I tell people that. I say, y'all look at Edelman, y'all look at Amendola, y'all look at Welker, y'all look at the receivers, and y'all think, well, they're not Jerry Rice. No. But Jerry ain't playing in that system. You better get Jerry that damn ball.
Yeah.
Okay. You better give Marvin Harrison that ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Let a drive happen. And Marvin ain't seen the ball. Okay. Y'all let that quietness fool you.
You don't
bad.
Play. You don't play.
Everybody can't play in every system. They think, oh, great. No. You better get those guys the ball. And we're going to talk about Tom and say how he approached situations with a receiver, how he would talk each. And you hear me say this all the time. If you're a leader, you can't lead everybody the same. If you're a coach, you can't coach everybody the same. Right. You treat them all fair, but you don't treat them all the same. You have to understand by being around, being observant, talking, and understand what's the best way. Oh, he's so sensitive. Okay. You try that approach.
Right.
I'm just telling you, having been in locker rooms, Ocho and you and I got over almost 2.5 decades in locker rooms.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you what somebody said. You can say somebody is sensitive and soft all you want to. But if you approach the wrong guy the wrong way, he's going to go upside your head. It's going to be a problem. The Chiefs go on the road and win a very highly contested, a very good ball game, 22-17 over the Atlanta Falcons. They get a stop on 4th down. Algier couldn't barge his way through on 31. So the Falcons have to go for it on 4th and inches. And Bijan Robinson, the ball carrier. And here it is, Ocho. They covered up all the blockers. And they say, Nick Bolton, you got to make a play. Bijan Robinson, you either got to run him over or you got to make him miss. He did neither. And the Chiefs get the ball back.
But listen, Bolton scraped better than the goddamn butter knife. He scraped, filled that hole right away. So there was really nothing for Bijan Robinson to be able to do in that instance. For one, I'm questioning the play call on 4th and inches. If they got the box stacked, right?
Yeah.
Everything's
covered, right?
Yeah.
So what's the first thing you do? You do something outside of the tendency on which you would normally run on a 4th and inches. Man, I'm play action, faking it out the belly, and got the tight end maybe coming out the backside and doing something different as opposed to what they think you're gonna do on 4th and inches. They think you're gonna run the ball. Do the complete opposite. Surprise them.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go for it, throw the whole deck out. Throw the whole kitchen sink out. Do something different in that scenario. I mean, Spags knew he had the right play call, and Bolton made a hell of a goddamn play.
I think in that situation, Ocho, you go with what because if they throw that ball on 4th and inches, what are you gonna say? Right. Man, you got Bijan Robinson, you took a top 10 pick. You got Alger right there in the backfield.
Okay, well, you ran the ball. You got a top 10 pick. You ran the ball and you still got stopped.
Okay. You got to give the defense some credit. Spags did a great job of covering everybody up. When you cover all the blockers up, somebody's going to be free. Now you tell your back, because he ain't no block, he's unblocked. You either got to run him over or you got to make him miss. Those are your only two options because now you taking all your your wide receivers are off the field. You brought in big personnel. So they know you're going to run the ball. And if we can't, first of all, if we can't get an inch, hell, we don't deserve to win the game, Ocho. All you got to do is stick your tongue out. That's the inch right there. Sam Darnold dominates the Texans 34-7. Through 3 weeks, the Vikings have been one of the league's best teams. They won on the road against the Giants. They defeated the NFC best 49ers in week 2, and now they beat one of the AFC top squads in week 3. Their plus 55 margin of victory through 3 games is the second best in franchise history, only behind the 1975 team. Minnesota went 4 for 5 in the red zone. Darnold threw 4 touchdowns on the day. It's the first time in his career that he's thrown multiple touchdowns in 3 straight games. Today, they jumped out on the Texans and didn't let up. C.J. Stroud threw for 215 yards, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. And they struggled with Brian Flores' defense, and without leading rusher, run the football, Joe Mixon, they were sitting ducks back there. Houston scored a season-low 7 points, and the running backs had 11 carries for only 26 yards. In place of Mixon, Cam Akers' longest rush was 9 yards. This was the first time CJ looked pedestrian. This is his worst game of the NFL. Now, obviously, he's due to have one of these games, but Brian Flores did a great job of confusing him. He did a great job of pressuring him. He did a great job of disguising coverages, and hopefully he gets another opportunity to be a head coach again. Because, obviously, some things that happened in Miami with Tua, and I think everybody deserves a second chance because we've seen some coaches that get second, third chances. And so hopefully Brian Flores, with the job that he's doing this year at Minnesota, when a head coaching job comes available, and they will come available, Ocho, hopefully he's in line to get one of those jobs. But what did you like about what you saw from Minnesota?
Well, Sam Darnold. I don't know what happened when he was in Carolina. I don't know what happened when he was in San Francisco. But I don't know what happened when he was in New York. But the resurgence and the confidence that he's displaying at the quarterback position and having the number 1 pick go down and him stepping in and looking like the savior for the Minnesota Vikings, and they haven't missed a beat. They haven't missed a step offensively. Listen, he was 17 for 28, 181, 4 TDs today. Pick it up right where they left off. I know Justin Jefferson is happy. Dog, people don't understand how important the quarterback position is for your success. If you have adequate play at the quarterback position, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And he's showing that despite the struggles that he's had early in his career on the other teams, found the right situation, and look how it's showing up. Look how he's performing week in and week out, even though it's only week 3. Well, listen, he's gonna be due for a game that doesn't look like itself, like he's looked the past 3 weeks. But so far, unbelievable.
Well, I think
and he's playing for another starting job somewhere else too now. He's playing for another starting job.
I think the problem that teams run into is that they want these quarterbacks to play early, and they're not ready to play, and you ruin them. And that is like you draft a quarterback high, well, he's got to play. What do? They clear the decks. They don't have any veteran guys in there. They don't have anybody that can challenge them, and they just, okay, here you go. And I think sometimes they'd be better served if they were to sit 6, 8, 10 games, maybe the entire season.
but they want them to play so soon. And if they're not ready, and now you wreck the guy's confidence. Yeah. And I think that's what happened with Sam Darnold. Now, I'm not saying he's going to turn around and all of a sudden he's going to be Kurt Warner. He's going to go be in a situation where he leads a team to the Super Bowl and he's a two-time MVP, something like that. But I think he's a good quarterback. But I think sometimes they force these guys to play, and when they don't have much help around them, and then this is what you get. And then everybody's like, well, he'll bust. No, you didn't put him in a situation where he could succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wants the guy to come in, he a high draft pick, Ocho, and play right away and be good.
Be a savior. Yeah. Listen, I call it a savior because you got to understand if you had the number 1 pick, if you had the number 2 pick, it's because collectively your team was bad the previous season,
and you're not just a quarterback away.
Yeah, hey, listen, sometimes, but these young fellas, man, there's no development. The transition from college to the pros, it can be difficult. It can be gruesome, especially if you throw them out there to the Sharks. And we've seen so many different examples of that. Now you have some anomalies like C.J. Stroud, the way he played rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
There's some examples of people. Hell, Patrick Mahomes even had to sit a year behind goddamn Alex Smith. Carson Palmer, who was my quarterback, had to sit a year behind goddamn John Kitna. But when they did get in there and play, boom.
Yeah. Give them an opportunity. Set them up for success. Yeah. It's okay if the guy doesn't play the opening day. And I know a lot of guys I want to be the day one starter. But are you going to be ready to be the day one starter? Because it's not just about day one. It's about day 101, day 1001. Because they're not just getting you. They don't just want you for 1 year. They're hoping you're a decade player or a decade and a half player. That's what they're hoping. But in the NFL, it's all about confidence, especially that position. You have to believe you're the baddest mofo out there. I don't care who out there on the field. Mm-hmm. I'm the baddest. And you got to have that mentality.
Right.
But they did a number on Houston. I haven't seen Houston look like this in a very long time, Ocho. And I've been following for about the last 16, 17 games, last year, coming up to this year. This is the worst I've seen their offense look. They confused them. They did a great job of getting after CJ. They picked him a couple of times. It seemed like Brian Flores had him confused a couple of times. There's no harm in that. You do one of those games. You have 16, 17. If you can go 16, 17 games without having a dud, you're pretty good. Right. You're going to have a pretty good career if it averages out like that. You 1 for 16 as far as bad games. But give Minnesota credit. Minnesota might be better than I thought, considering that, they lost J.J. McCarthy. Aaron Jones has been a godsend because they moved on from Ollie Madison. Remember, they let Dalvin Cook go a couple of years ago. But Aaron Jones, he comes in 19 for $102. He's great at catching the ball out of the backfield. But Justin Jefferson, and they don't even have Jordan Addison yet. Remember, he hurt his knee.
When he come back. Yeah, and when he come back, that makes them even that much more dangerous. That opens up the playbook even that much more.
I made a simple suggestion. Put Derrick Henry in the eye.
Yeah.
Either solo or with a fullback.
Right.
He's not a zone read guy. He doesn't need to be even with the quarterback. Right. Put him in the eye. He's an old school eye back. Put him with a full. When you see what they did, when they started putting him in the eye, and you put that Ricard in front of him, you see what happened? Yeah. He all of a sudden is 10, is 12, is 15. Mm-hmm. That's how you have to use him. The reason why you got Derrick Henry was not a zone read guy in Tennessee. Right. He won Offensive Player of the Year. He rushed for 2,000 yards, dot in the eye. If you want the guy to have success like he had where you got him from, you got to use him in the way that he was used, what made you fall in love with him to bring him into your fold.
Yeah. Well, that's an offensive coordinator. That's an offensive coordinator. And I don't think what they don't want to do is they don't want to go away from what they're used to. They don't want to go away from what makes Lamar Jackson comfortable. What makes Lamar Jackson comfortable is having that goddamn running back on his left hip or his right hip. Now, you have to understand, you got to manipulate things a little bit and play to the strengths of your players. Like you just said, if you know the strength of what Derrick Henry does is based on the eye and having a goddamn fullback in front of him, Boom, have some packages where you do just that to make him comfortable, where he can play at his best, and then have some packages or take Derrick Henry out and have something different in there for your other running back, where you can have with Lamar could be in the shotgun and have a running back on his left hip or his right hip, for the RPO play action. Whatever you want to do, you want to give it to him, you want to keep it, whatever it may be. But the scary thing about it is when goddamn Derrick Henry is on that right hip or that left hip, and he put that ball in his belly, they're gonna react. And 9 times out of 10, they're gonna react to wherever 22 is going.
I'm playing Lamar.
What?
Because I don't believe Derrick Henry can hurt me from that formation. I don't believe it.
Look what happened at the end of the game on the last play. To seal it. When Lamar kept it, he faked me out.
But if I'm not mistaken, I don't think D. Henry was in the game. I think 43. Who's 43? Hill? I think Justice Hill was in the game.
That's who it was? I talk about on that last play where Lamar got the last
that last one where he kept it and got the first down.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you see what blew the game open, 45 rush attempts, 274 yards. The only thing I'm surprised about, I thought Lamar Jackson would get 100 yards also. I knew Derrick Henry was going to give it because they were going to give him enough carries so he could get 100. Right. And if you can't rush when everybody else is rushed for 100, it's like, hold on. It's like you watching game tape and you see everybody else torching that corner. Hey, coach, he done gave up 3. He done gave up 4. Robert in a row, got 100 yards. Hey, don't let him come in here and let us bail his ass out. Let's make it 5. Yeah. Give Derrick, listen, John Harbaugh, look, you coached and been in the league longer than I have. But don't let your pride get in your way. Derrick Henry is a workhorse back. And the more you give him the ball, the better he's going to get. Well, now, I get it's hard, and fans like, it's hard to build a big lead like that and keep it because you're telling your coordinators, okay, let's not do anything. So you get ultra conservative. And what happens is you get a couple of 3 and outs, and the opposing team offense comes on the field, and all of a sudden they string together a couple of 10, 12 play drives. Now you go another 3 out, your defense tired. Your defense is tired.
Yeah.
The onside kick, Zay Flowers, you got to understand that, bro. When that ball's squibbing like that, you can't get it from the side. No. You got to do what you did the next time. You see what he did? He got his body all the way over there.
Listen, it's like playing baseball. It's like playing baseball. If you're a shortstop on those, get your body in front of the ball.
Right.
So it can't get trying to pick it up from the side and trying to get cute with it.
You can't not that because it's like a top. It's spinning like this. And it's not going to take. See, normally, Ocho, everybody used to kick it and they expected to take that bounce.
Yeah, they don't even do that no more.
It ain't going to take no bounce. It's going to keep spinning like a top.
Yeah.
And so, you see how shiny that ball was? That's not a ball that they rough up. Them kicking balls are different than the balls they actually play with. The balls they play with, they let you rough them up. They let you practice with them and you give them to – those are different type of balls. But I love the Ravens, the way they – I thought they could rush. I thought they would rush for at least 250. They got 274. So I'm not surprised by that. Go back and look at the Cowboys' history over the last 5 to 6 years. Look at the games they've lost and look how the teams have run the football. This is not the first time. The Ravens played them a couple of years ago and ran for damn near 300. Cleveland ran for 300. Arizona ran for damn near 300. The Packers, the 49ers, that's their Achilles heel. They ain't got guys. See, the Cowboys are built to play with a lead. That's why you got those edge rushes. You get Michael screaming off the edge. Now, when you got the hole, you got something other to think about than running your ass up the field. Now you see Lamar Jackson, 0 sacks. They threw the ball 15 times. Think about this. An NFL MVP 2 times threw the ball 15 times.
Yeah.
You know why he threw it 15 times? Because you couldn't make him throw it. You couldn't take the ball out of Derrick Henry's belly. You couldn't take the ball out of Lamar Jackson's belly. The Eagles didn't score in the first 3 quarters, but still came back without their top 2 wide receivers and starting offensive linemen to steal a win over the previously unstoppable New Orleans Saints. It's the first time the Eagles scored 0 points in the first 3 quarters of a game and won since 2000. Jalen Hurts, still struggling with turnovers, faced a 3rd and 16 in the final minutes. Hit tight end Dallas Goedert. I don't know what the hell the Saints, the defense they were playing. Completion set up Saquon's Barkley, go-ahead touchdown. Philadelphia defensive line dominated the Saints offensive line. I told you the key for me when we've talked about it on Friday on First Take. I said I thought Jalen Carter. I think the defensive line, I think they need to win this game, not Jalen Hurts. Harassing Derek Carr all night, stifling the offense. They put up 91 points in the first two games. Didn't even come close to that. Dallas Goedert had the most receiving yards for a tight end in Eagles history with 170. Ocho, what did you like about what you saw from the Eagles?
Listen, not giving up, making the plays when it counted most. Obviously, Goddard had a hell of a game, but I want to know what the New York Giants were thinking again. I hate to bring it up again.
The Giants or the Saints?
I want to know what the Giants and letting Brother Saquon
go. Yeah, okay.
Brother Saquon that had 17 for 147 and 2 TDs. One of the reasons why the Eagles won the game today. No Devontae Smith, no A.J. Brown. Goddard had a great game, but who takes the pressure off Jalen Hurts after the turnovers? Number 26.
Yeah, for sure.
Who puts the team on their back offensively and takes the pressure off Jalen Hurts? Number 26.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good game. They have to find a way, for one, to get the 2-star players healthy. We need A.J. Brown. I'm talking about we. They need A.J. Brown and they need Devontae Smith healthy. There's no reason with a team like that, an offensive team like that, should have 0 points in 3 quarters of football.
Mm-hmm.
In 3 quarters of football, there's no way in hell at all. But listen, the Eagles defense, they played some good goddamn ball today.
They dominated the line.
Because the Saints team that we saw last week against the Cowboys, the Saints team we saw against the Cowboys last week looked nothing like that.
Nowhere to be found.
And that's a testament to the defense. I don't know what they had to eat. I don't know what the Eagles defense had to eat, but they played some damn good ball today.
Did you see that interception that Hurts threw in the end zone the Honey Badger picked off?
Yeah.
Ocho, that's quarter.
He had a few errant throws like that the past, 2 games in a row?
Ocho, that's quarters. First of all, Honey Badger knows. They're like, he's supposed to come cross his face. That's Honey Badger. Mm-hmm. He knows he's not going to let you cross his face. And I'm not backing up anywhere because why? I'm already at the back of the end zone. I'm coming forward. I'm not backing up. Mm-hmm. And it's like, he's supposed to cross his face. That's a 160-pound man. Honey Badger, that's not some rookie DB. That is Honey Badger. He knows the only place that I can get hurt is across my face. Yes, when Jalen Hurts stares him down, he takes off and beats him. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing that happened in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Seattle, ain't let you cross my face.
Malcolm Butler.
And you see, he made a collision, and boom. He knocked Lockett off because he gets the head start. All I'm saying in that coverage, at that area, because Honey Badger is not going to retreat because he's already at the back of the end zone. He knows. He knows the only place I'm vulnerable is across my face. He can't go behind me because then he'll be out of the end zone. So where am I? See, when you're a student of the game, you understand where I'm weak and where I'm strong. I'm strong behind me. I'm weak in front of me. So what I'm not going to let you do is cross my face. Oh man, that was AJ. Well, you have to understand, you can't call the same route for everybody just because they can run the route. That's AJ Brown. AJ Brown 220. Okay, it's going to be a collision. It might be an incomplete. But if you run that with a 160-pound man in Honey Badger, it's going to be a pick.
And you know what? That all comes down to play calling, understanding your personnel, understanding your players' strengths, and understanding your players' weaknesses. You don't put a 160-pound player receiver in that situation, knowing that the chances of him making that catch and crossing someone that's seen it over and over and over as a veteran safety. You don't even call a play like that, put them in that situation. Right. That comes down to play calling and understanding your personnel.
That's it. That's all I'm saying, Ocho. I'm just saying, look, that's quarters coverage. Why you like you say, that's not AJ, a big receiver, a TO, a Megatron, or Julio Jones, one of the Brandon Marshall, somebody that, okay, is it going to be a collision and it's going to be an incomplete, but it's not going to be an interception.
Yeah. And you know, everybody you just named, you know, Honey Badgers is small. All they're going to do is big body, get right in front of him.
But see, you
get right in front of him.
You better look Honey Badger off. Because if Honey Badger, hey, you're not going to beat him to the point. Not if he reads you see how he read Dak last week? And he beat CD to the point. If he think, oh, now you can get it with a double move. But if you double moving, where you going? Metairie? Because you're going to be out the stadium. He knows that. I ain't going nowhere, Ocho. My feet are right here. I'm going to drive forward. He beat him to the punch. He beat him to the punch. And then they're talking about did you see that hit on Devontae Smith?
They talking
about that was a dirty hit. That wasn't no dirty hit.
That wasn't dirty. He's still up. He's still up. Listen, as a receiver, if you know they got you wrapped up, stop fighting. Stop fighting. Make a business decision. Let your body go and go down. Let your body go and go down. If you still up and you still fighting, understand the pursuit is coming from all different angles, and you don't even
think about Ocho where he caught the ball. Danger is not that way. Danger is coming from back here. Them linemen.
Yeah, exactly. Where you came from.
And what? Man, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to hold his ass up. I'm coming. Hold him up. They trying to put as many hats on you as they possibly can.
On you as possible. Yeah.
Bro. Yeah. Devontae, I understand you tough, but bro, you a $160. You ain't dragging nobody nowhere. All you're going to do is subject yourself to take unnecessary hits. That guy is 300 pounds, and he's coming at about 12 to 15 miles an hour. They got you up.
And he's still, too. So that's even worse.
It's not a dirty hit.
Listen, he gonna learn. You got to make a business decision. You got to give yourself up. If you know they got you wrapped up, you ain't going nowhere, you got to give yourself up.
Know when the journey is over. You got to know when the journey's over. Hey, that's good. Man, he is so tough. Okay. Hey, them D lineman hits, they different than a DB hit. Trust me.
Way different.
Trust me. That through 290, 280, 300, that's different than 185, 200. And they coming to put pain. So no, I didn't believe that was a dirty hit. It's very unfortunate. I hope Devontae is okay. But that was I didn't see that as dirty. It wasn't nothing dirty about that. There was nothing dirty about that play, Ocho. He's still fighting. Now, if he gets out of there, then what? Coach gonna say, why you let up? So hopefully Devontae is okay. But give the Eagles credit going on the road after a heartbreaking loss last week to the Atlanta Falcons. They go on the road, beat the hottest team, that team that was playing the best. The Saints had scored 91 points, had run roughshod over two teams, hold them to 12 points in their building, and they win by the score of 15-12. Coach D shine as they beat the Bears. The defense held Chicago to 63 yards rushing, 4 sacks, 3 turnovers. The Colts gave up nearly 500 rushing yards to their first two opponents, yet the Bears attempted 52 passes. I don't know why. Chicago had 247 yards in the first half and was shut out in the second, and shut out at the half after 4 straight runs and shotgun on the 4-yard line and didn't yield a touchdown. This game featured 2 of the youngest quarterbacks in NFL, Richardson and Williams. Caleb Williams responded late touchdown throw to Rome Odunze, and Cole Kmet, his first 2 NFL passing touchdowns. Boy, they got a lot to learn.
Yeah, I couldn't even. This is the only game I couldn't see.
Ocho, they got a lot to learn. They still, it's hard.
Who?
Richardson is still trying. Both of them are still trying to make throws that they made in college, and I keep telling you,
they got the arm. They got the arm to do it. Don't.
You can't make them throws, Ocho. You're not finna roll one way and throw back across the field. 2 picks. I don't know what Richardson first interception in the end zone. Even if the ball wasn't tipped, it was gonna get picked. He got 3 dudes round the guy. And then he rolls and tried to throw back across the field. The same thing with Caleb Williams. Bro, you're not getting away with those throws in this league. The guys are too good. This is not you. You're not playing Louisiana Monroe. You're not playing an FCS team. These guys are the best of the best. They make you pay for mistakes. So stop putting your team in harm's way. I think Anthony Richardson would be good, but he's got to stop making these mistakes and he got to learn some touch. Bro, I mean, sometimes he's throwing the ball to the guy from me to this wall and he's throwing it like he's throwing it in a hurricane. Bro, some touch.
100 miles an hour. Yeah.
And Caleb, what you 52 times? Come on, bro. Come what y'all doing?
Hey, I wish I was playing in the offense when they throw the ball 52 times. I wish. That's a receiver's dream. You know how many? Listen, some teams only ran 65 plays. Sometimes you only run 65 plays, and 52 of those are in the air.
Yeah, but that means you're going to probably lose. If you throw the ball that many times, you're probably going to lose. It ain't going to be very many times now. It ain't going to be very many times that you win a game when you throw the ball that much. You behind. You're probably behind. And you're probably going to lose the game. Now, if you want some stats, those are great. But you're not winning. 52 times?
What if you throw it 52 times and you win in the game? Okay. What if you throw it 52 times and you're efficient? What if you throw it 52 times and the quarterback is 48 for 52?
Yeah, but Ocho, what are normally when you throw that many times, what are you? You're behind. And teams will let you, do that so they don't give up anything cheap or deep.
Right. Just keep them in front of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, some of the guys, and they just I'm gonna show you. I just want to know because Anthony Richardson said that the college was harder than the NFL. I want to know if he still feels that way.
But he said that last year.
He said that this year.
Before he got hurt.
He said that this year.
Oh, he said this year? I don't really think he meant that though.
Well, I just go by what he said. Damn, I don't know if he meant it or not.
He would probably be.
If a girl call you ugly, she ain't mean that. That ain't what she meant. She said it.
Nah, if a girl. But you got to listen. You know, a girl call you ugly. Sometimes she flirting, and she really don't mean that. But sometimes she said to keep you humble.
Don't keep me humble.
My grandma called me ugly all my life growing up.
I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm done with you. Oh, ugly self. Okay. Hey, I ain't gonna try to convince nobody. Did you mean that? Cause you remember the other day you said I was ugly. Did you mean it? Nah, you said I'm good. I'm gonna keep it moving.
You can't take it personally.
I ain't taking it personal. I ain't finna be. What I look like trying to somebody gonna call me ugly and they think I'm gonna be with them.
I mean, come on.
We in Ocho. We grown. You do that in the 4th grade when you in elementary school. You got a crush on somebody. You hit them with your ugly self. You make me sick. We grown now. We don't play those type of games.
I mean, she really like you.
Nah.
Shoot. Hey, I mean, she real call me ugly sometime.
Was she mad at you?
Yeah,
exactly.
So, listen, when are women the most honest? When they what?
When they're angry.
When they what? Thank you. So maybe I am. Listen. I ain't top 10 in the world. I'm not strong 6.5, especially with a haircut. If I get a haircut, long as I'm above 5, I'm straight. Now when I ain't got no haircut and I ain't been on the weight, I'm a foe. Okay. I'm a strong.
Look. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what you like. I'm looking for, like you said, I'm trying to be a strong 6'7".
A 7?
Yeah, I mean, you say if you want your girl, you wouldn't want you. So I mean, you say what would you say? Rails are what 9, 10?
A 9? Nah, real. She probably I give 7.5.
Shit. Hey, Rail, you heard? Nah, she ain't there. Niece ain't there.
Hey, listen, my dog, she about a 10. I outkicked my coverage though.
You did.
I outkicked my coverage. Yeah. And only reason she probably listen. The only reason she with me is I won because of my personality.
Okay, I can see
That's
that.
it. That's it. I'm just being honest. Because you know what they say. If you can make a woman laugh, you can laugh. I ain't gonna say. You know what I'm trying to say.
You get up out of them. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Ocho, Baker Mayfield said Tom Brady intensity led to a stressed locker room. The building was a little different when Tom was here. Obviously, playing-wise, Tom is different. He had everybody dialed in, high-strung environment. So I think everybody was pretty stressed out. They wanted me to come in and be myself, bring the joy back to the football for our guys who weren't having much fun. Baker said Brady had very different person. He and Brady have very different personalities. Brady would play mind games that included unseen battle between quarterback and play caller. You hear some of the stories about it and didn't play a certain call. If a certain play was called and he didn't like it throughout the week and they still called the play in the game, there might have been a throwaway on purpose or throwing it at the running back or the receiver's feet. There's a lot of mind games going on. You got a problem with Baker airing out secrets?
I mean, no, not at all. I mean, those aren't bad secrets. If you understand what it takes to win, and based on Tom's resume and what he's done in the past, it obviously works for him. He went from New England and went to Tampa Bay and won a Super Bowl his first year there. So obviously the secrets that he is letting out and exposing is a good thing. Now, it might not work for Baker, but it worked for Tom, and there's a reason why they got a goddamn Lombardi because of those secrets that he's talking about.
You mean to tell me like highly successful people want things a certain way and they expect it to be that way?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Okay. Most definitely, especially those that know what it takes to win.
Yeah, that's.
but to each his own. To each his own.
Well, you should know. You play with him. This ain't no surprise.
Yeah, I play with him. Yeah. Yeah, and also the funny thing about it is the New England Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Tom Brady, you got to see his personality. You got to see the fun side of Brady. You got to see Brady on social media. You got to see Brady, the content creator. Man, some of those videos were creative, and you got to see a different side of him that was more fun. It was more relatable, even if you didn't play the game of football.
Look, I understand. I understand. That's how Mike. Mike. I think the thing is that like Mike allowed us to have fun, but we knew when it was time to work, it was time to work. I made sure that because I like the privileges that we had. He let us be loose, but it was my responsibility to make sure that when we showed up to practice, we showed up to walkthrough. Except that one day they came out there with flip flops and Tim's on and walkthrough.
Yeah,
Mike said that ish won't ever happen again. I say, see. You can't let us have nothing. I said, y'all know better. Nothing. Y'all know how Mike is.
We're going to take it too far every time.
Look, that's Baker told that. I wouldn't have told it. I'm not surprised that Tom was wired like this. You don't win that much by accident. Things have to be because that's what he's used to. Where did he come from? People that were in the military, they normally have a very strict household because they're used to structure. Make your bed, put your shoes up, take your shoes off, put them dishes up. Don't leave dishes in the sink. Put that trash away. Take that trash out. That's how my grandfather was. So structure. I thrive in structure. Now, I come home and stuff is out of whack. Why? I just need to know why. Because I'm the only one that's left for work. So yeah, you see how you looking? Yeah, that's the look. That's the look. Now you see.
Right.
It's got to be a certain way. I work well with structure. I work well with discipline. And but I don't believe because look, people love Tom. I don't think anybody's surprised by this. When you win like he's won, you see him on the sideline when things are not going his way, guys dropping passes or things are, if they're not in sync.
Right.
So I'm not surprised one bit by this. I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing either. It's not a bad thing. I think if we were talking about someone that wasn't successful at what they were doing and still had that same approach to it.
Oh no, you can't. Well, I don't see our situation that you can be like that. Because ain't nobody gonna listen to you if you're not successful. Nobody gives a D.
Bingo.
So you got to have a level of success. Coach Belichick, had he not won early in New England, you think they're gonna listen to him and let him get away with what he got away with? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And the same thing with Tom, because Tom had won so much. They're like, well, hey, what do we got to lose? We ain't won jack in 20 years. Here we go. Why not? That's why if you win, guys will follow you. It's easier to get people to follow you when you're winning as opposed to when you're losing. They're like, because, Ocho, you know this. I mean, we lose a couple of games. Hey, stop sitting on your helmet. Oh, so that's why we lost the game, because I'm sitting on my helmet now.
Yeah.
Oh, pick up the trash. So the team knew we had a dirty locker room. Oh, they got a dirty locker room. We're going to run through them. Come on, man. They find every little thing why we lose.
Everything is magnified.
The locker room was dirty when we was winning too.
Everything is magnified.
It is. It absolutely is. According to Adam Schefter, several teams have expressed interest in trading for Bryce Young. You're never going to get what you gave up to get him. Despite the fact Dave Canales said Carolina Panthers did not intend to trade the former number 1 overall pick. He said you weren't going to bench him either. According to Schefter, although the Panthers have said they don't plan to trade Young at this time, sources around the league believe it's only a matter of time before Carolina actually does complete a deal.
I'd like to see him. I'd like to see a change of scenery. I'd like to see a change of scenery. Where he goes is very important. I'm not sure if he'll be a starter, but maybe due to injury, based on where he goes, if a starting quarterback goes down and he's able to get in there with an adequate offense, with a good supporting cast, then we can get to see the Bryce Young that we're used to seeing when he was at Alabama. And it's unfortunate that it came to this. And I think the benching is so early and only his second year because of the impatience of Mr. Tepper. And Dave Canales knows that very well. You know, to fire Frank Wright 11 games in the season because things weren't going well. Mr. Canales knows that as well. He knows his leash is short if they don't continue to win, and he just felt that they couldn't win with Bryce Young at the time. And he's gonna learn. He's gonna learn. I don't think much is gonna change with Andy Dalton at the helm too.
You already Andy Dalton. If Andy Dalton is the answer, I need to know the question you're asking. Second of all, Ocho, do you realize how far you would have set this organization back? Because if you miss that, you miss on that guy.
Yeah.
Now, you're probably not going to be in a position to draft another one. And if you do, then what? If you draft another quarterback and you don't surround him with anything, the same thing's going to happen to that quarterback that happened to this one.
Right to square one. And it's probably going to keep happening until they draft right.
And I'm not, look, the way he treated Steve Wilks after he turned that program around with Matt Rule, and you didn't even give him I don't wish bad. I'm just like my grandma used to say, boy, I don't wish bad on nobody, but I sure don't wish good on them either. So I'm not saying I wish bad, but I don't wish prosperity either. I just think he's handled some situations very poorly. I think Steve Wilks deserves an opportunity to get that job, and hopefully another opportunity presents itself for Steve. But that was a very. I mean, he doesn't have patience. I don't know how he thought he was going to be a great owner without patience. Because you got to have that, Ocho. You got to have it.
That's rule number one. That's rule number one in business in general. Forget owning a team, being an entrepreneur, running a business. And now we talk about the NFL. Like you can't use money and buy your way into winning. It takes time. It takes time.
And then, they showing the situation. I think his ex is dating Tyrese Maxey. I think they're like, that's on his mind. You see what I said, Ocho? You see?
You think so?
If you keep your stuff private, you can break up in private.
Yeah.
If you date publicly, you're going to have to break up publicly. And then everybody going to start speculating. That's why he's playing bad. That may or may not be the case. But I've seen guys, they have no girlfriend and play like crap. Guys be married and play terrible. I mean, we got to stop automatically assume because somebody's playing bad, there's something going on in their lives that's leading them to play bad. That's not always the case. Now, that can be the case. Have I seen it? Yes.
Yeah. It can be a distraction. It can be a distraction. So, but I don't think that played a factor. I'm assuming they haven't been together for a while, especially for her to be moving on like that in public.
What you mean moving on? What am I supposed to do? Wait?
I mean, you know what I'm trying to say.
I know what
I'm
you're
saying
saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it had been done. We just catching wind up because she's just going in public now. She's not yours. It's just your turn.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, is there a time limit, Ocho? You break up with somebody. Is there a time limit in which you can go public with another person?
No, I don't think there's a time limit, but I think
you need to grovel. I need to know you hurt, because if you right away, you ain't love me anyway.
Oh, listen, forget about love. Forget about love. If she moves on right away, she was already talking to that individual, planting that seed while y'all were still together.
You think so, Ocho?
That's why the transition and moving on was so easy. Ooh. Because for one, she was already mentally checked out anyway. And she moves on fast. That person was already in play anyway.
Ooh, Lord.
And if you're smart, you have a better understanding anyway. If she's willing to deal with you while you with me, at some point, as time goes on, then you're gonna get the same treatment too.
You got to pick her up.
So it's a cycle. The cycle never ends.
Hey,
the cycle.
My grandpa used to say, "Boy, if they'll cheat with you, they'll cheat on you. Don't let that go over your head, Chad."
Listen.
Ocho, I'm just.
Listen, I've said it before myself. I've said it before myself. Whatever they're willing to do with you when they're not yours, they will do to you when they belong to you.
Ah, man, that was
and the cycle will continue to repeat itself over and over and over and over, no matter what.
Ocho, hey, you say they do what they do for you, and they knew, because you say all of a sudden, woman start working out. Grandpa say, "Boy, she get ready for somebody else to see her naked." That's when you just slumped out of that truck like real.
Yeah. Well, and that's the wonderful thing in what we call life. And one thing about human nature is undefeated.
It is, Ocho. It is.
Undefeated. You can post as many quotes as you want. You can say
everything. They be killing me with that, Ocho.
And don't live by
They quit God in my life, God child. What?
And don't live by nan bit of it.
Yeah. And got a head on the Bible and dude beating her back in. But she God child. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Jayden Daniels is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. He's the gospel. He's him. H.I.M.
Yeah.
He's him.
Yeah, he is.
He was 21 of 23, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 turnovers, 91% completion percentage. He goes on the road in a hostile environment against the Bengals. And we know the Bengals, the crowd is going to be raucous. They're 0-2. They don't want to go down 0-3. It's very, very hard to make the playoffs going down 0-3. Because guess what? Right. In order for you to get back to 500, you got to win your next 3 games. That gets you back at 500. You have a slip up, you could easily be 1-5 or 2-4.
Matter of fact, not to make matters worse, ask. I'm not even gonna say it. Ask who we play next. Watch this. Ask who the Bengals play next.
Don't y'all got Baltimore? No, Baltimore. Who they got next? Oh, y'all got the Panthers. That's a win for the Panthers. I got the Panthers. That's easy. That's an easy dub there.
Whoa. Don't who you got?
Panthers circled y'all on the schedule.
Listen, I'm going to that game. Not back to this game. Listen, Jayden Daniels was phenomenal. Jayden Daniels at the quarterback position played phenomenal tonight. Listen, the Commander franchise, they got them one. They got them a 10-12 year. They got them a 10-12 year franchise quarterback. And we got a small sample size of it at LSU. I didn't expect him to come in this early as a rookie. And this is the question I'm going to ask you, as a rookie, and look this good this early. And my question to you, Unc, is what you might have a better way of answering. Why is it that some rookies can come in their rookie year and look the par, to look like they've been before? Mm-hmm. The C.J. Strouds, the Jayden Daniels. Mm-hmm. And then you have other rookies that don't look the part. They struggle.
Yeah.
They don't do well.
That's with any position. Some wide receivers come in and you get a Randy Moss, or you get a Puka Nacua, or you get a Justin Jefferson. And then sometimes, guys, it takes a little longer. Everybody doesn't mature. Some people reach maturity at 18. Some people, it takes them 21. Some people, it takes them 25. Some people never damn mature. But you do. It all depends on, look, the one thing we know about Cliff Kingsbury, he can coach some quarterbacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
He and Lincoln Riley can coach quarterbacks. Now, you can say what you want to say about them as head coaches, but when it comes to running an offense, when it comes to putting a quarterback and taking what he does really well and accentuating that and putting him in the most positive position so he can have success, it's hard to say somebody is better than those two. Now, Sarkisian might have something to say about that because we know what he's done with quarterbacks in his tenure as an OC and a head coach. But that's the one thing Cliff Kingsbury, Lincoln Riley can do. They can coach the quarterback position. And he has a quarterback, processes information very well. He sees the field very well. He had Terry McLaurin earlier on a 7 route, and he threw it out of bounds. 100% of the balls that land out of bounds, they're incomplete. But you say what he did on that next one, he put it up under duress, gave McLaurin an opportunity, keep him in bounds.
In the breadbasket.
And McLaurin did a great job of holding on to it. Ocho, this young man, I mean, the moment is not too big. You saw what he did at LSU last year. He won the Heisman Trophy. He was sensational, dual threat quarterback. But the thing that I love most about him, he's not relying on his legs. He will only run if it's absolutely necessary.
Absolutely got to.
This was supposed to be marquee year for the Dolphins. So far, it's turned into a nightmare. As it stands, Tua will not be able to practice and play until week 8 at the earliest. And even that might be a hopeful timeline. While the schedule is extremely favorable until that time, they get the Titans, Patriots, Colts, and Cardinals. It's tough to favor Miami in any of them based on their quarterback situation.
Listen, Brother Skylar Thompson is hurt. Tyler Huntley is stepping in. Tyler Huntley has played some good football when he's with the Ravens. Like, I think he can bring a little bit of excitement.
It's a different type of offense, though. That was a run-based offense.
What?
This
is a pass-based offense. From a passing standpoint, I think he'll be a little bit better than Skylar Thompson and being able to get that goddamn ball to Waddle, being able to get that ball to Cheetah, being able to get that ball to. I think we're gonna be all right now. Got a nice little dual threat quarterback. He can pull it down and run with it when he need to.
Check this out.
It might not be as bad as you think. If he can get in the boys about maybe the 2-2. What?
It's bad.
So you don't believe in Tyler Huntley?
It's bad.
Right.
You said
no, it's not as bad as you may think it is.
I think it's worse.
I'm not saying that we bringing in Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
I ain't calling him Lamar Jackson, but man, he can play some ball.
You know Huntley was a free agent. You know Huntley was a free agent at one time, right? A free agent, which means any other 32
well, sometimes
other teams
they do that. So you know that,
huh? Teams could have signed him. Ocho, stop. Not if you're a quarterback. They might do that to some other positions, not that position, because it's too valuable. It's too valuable a plot of land.
I'm gonna say something, but I ain't gonna say it. I don't even feel like being controversial. But don't worry about it. I'm gonna let that one go.
I think the thing is that, look, Ryan Tannehill's available. Cam Newton is available. I don't know if Cam really wants to play or if he's in shape to play football. Desmond Ridder, possible trade targets. Bryce Young,
to go where?
Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz. To Miami.
Bryce Young and Tua on the same team? I wonder why they. I mean, what other quarterbacks are out there that are familiar with that offense? I like Tannehill. Tannehill would have been nice.
Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz ran a variance of it under Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson learned under Andy Reid. Andy Reid got a West Coast system from Coach Parcells, Mike Holmgren. So it's a offshoot of it. It's not like Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay and Mike McDaniel, all those guys really, yeah. But it's an offshoot of it. Or they could tank and get the number 1 pick next year.
I mean, you know how difficult it is to tank.
And you might get Travis Hunter.
Oh,
or you could get Shedeur.
Wait, Jacksonville?
No, Miami.
Oh no, I'm thinking about the quarterback situation because I'm thinking about being a bust. I hate using that word. I hate using that word for that position, especially when you go as high as number 1 to Miami. Shedeur. Man, that's impossible. You just paid Tua. That's impossible. Damn, man. I
mean, sometimes people build a new house and sell it.
No, not really.
Sometimes people build a new house and sell it.
Not really. I've never heard of that one. If you build something, you're gonna be there longer than 3 or 5 years.
Oh yeah.
Are you trying?
Nah, I'm looking to flip.
That's a good one.
Maybe they go get Joe Flacco.
Now that's a good move. You talk about you want to add a spark to your offense and not miss a beat or a step. You go get you a Joe Flacco. But yeah, you do.
Joe push it down the field. Now he got an arm. He ain't gonna move now. The Statue of Liberty has moved more than Joe Flacco in the last 175 years.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, 150. But anyway, you get where I'm going. All right, Ocho.
Yeah.
It's time for rough draft.
Oh, you're gonna lose again.
Today's prompt is best NFL rookie season.
Woohoo!
I'm up first. Let's do the cut. Let's do the promo. Let's do the graphics.
Okay. I like this one. I like this.
Yeah, I got this one.
Oh no,
my first one.
You finna lose. You ain't won in like 3 weeks. Why you going first?
Because you went first last time. That's why I'm going first this time.
All right, go ahead.
All right, first up for me, I'm taking Eric Dickerson. His rookie season, he rushed for 1,800 yards.
Okay.
Was rookie of the year. And later we know what he did. Next season he ran for 2,105. So I got Eric Dickerson up first.
Okay, my first one, a lot of people, especially unless you're a defensive person, you might not like this, but if you watched him play during the day, back during his day, especially when he was in college, I'm going with Javon Curse his rookie year.
Okay. For me, I'm taking Randy Moss. If you saw his rookie season, Randy Moss was he was Moss.
He was the real deal. Well, you know what? Speaking of receivers, since I'm gonna piggyback off what you just said, and I'm going with another receiver who had a hell of a goddamn rookie season, and his name is Jamar Nathaniel Chase.
All right. You like him?
Yeah.
You know who I'm going with? I'm going number 3. I'm going CJ Stroud.
You know what? That was historic. That was a historic season.
Mm-hmm.
That was the historic season. But it wasn't one.
You want to give up now or later?
No, you finna lose it. the next one, listen, arguably maybe one of the greatest running backs of all time, and Barry Sanders. Yeah, that Barry Sanders, the one he played in Detroit. They called it Motown at Ford Field.
Yeah. That was a good one, Ocho.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, come on now. You're gonna lose this.
You know who I'm going with?
Who that?
Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor was Defensive Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year in his rookie season. It's over. Yeah, Chad, tell him to go home.
Whoa. Listen, you think about Lawrence Taylor in his totality. We talk about his rookie year. His rookie year, he only had 9.5 sacks. He only had 9.5 sacks.
Ocho, you do realize the sack didn't become an official stat until 1982.
Listen.
He came in the league in 1981. He was Defensive Player of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year. How many guys have ever done that?
Listen, he only had 9.5 sacks. And since I'm gonna piggyback off of you, I'm gonna go to Defensive Player too. I'm gonna go to Defensive Player, and his rookie year was also phenomenal. He had 36 solo tackles with 9 sacks. Maybe the greatest defensive tackle of all time, who just happened to retire, in Aaron Donald. What you talking about?
Okay, I like that. It's over, Ocho. It's over for you. You know what? I might give you a chance to come back, but I ain't gonna.
Who you got?
I'm gonna go way back. You know what?
How far back?
I ain't gonna go that far back. I'm gonna let him be my honorable mention.
Yeah.
You know who I'm gonna go with, Ocho?
Who that?
He just had it last year. Puka Nacua.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. I can't even argue. I can't even argue that because he was on fire last year. So this is my honorable mention right now, right?
Yep.
My honorable.
No, you got 5. This is number 5 for you.
Okay, number 5. I think I don't win defense twice. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna go Cam Newton. I'm gonna go brother Cam Newton. Rookie year, 4,000 plus yards, 21 TDs, 700 yards on the ground, 14. Yeah, I'm going Cam Newton. Rookie year, that's my 5th.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely lost this rough draft this time.
Oh no, it ain't even close.
Trust me. The chat. Listen, the chat is one thing about them. They don't lie, and they will tell you who lost this rough draft.
Man, look here. Where do I want to go? You know who I like had an unbelievable rookie season, Ocho?
Who that?
Do I want to go quarterback? Do I want to go running back?
You can go Dak. Dak had a crazy rookie season.
Well, you should have picked him.
No, I'm just saying. You stuck. I'm just giving you an option.
Nah, hey, I might even put my rookie season as honorable mention. Okay. I got Eric Dixon, Randy Moss, CJ, LT, and Puka Nacua.
That's a nice little lineup. It ain't better.
Oh yeah,
it ain't better than mine though.
Oh, it's way better than yours, Ocho. Yo. I ain't saying yours some stir fry, but I'm just saying it ain't good.
Nah.
Hold on. Oh, I gotta take my rest his soul, Reggie White.
Woo! That's a good one.
If y'all didn't get an opportunity to see this man play and see him up close and personal, because I saw him in his prime.
Yeah.
I'm talking about at his absolute apex.
Yeah.
I saw him with the Eagles in 92. I saw him in 93. I saw him in 96.
Yeah.
And I saw him in the Super Bowl. So I'm talking about at his absolute apex. I'm taking Reggie.
Okay. I like that. That's it. Listen, can't even argue that.
Go ahead.
Damn, that was a good one, boy. That Reggie one, that Reggie one kind of knocked it out the box, boy.
But I had a Shohei Ohtani you way before I got to Reggie.
Right. Oh shoot, I did Cam, Aaron Donald. I got Barry, Javon Kearse.
You don't want Justin Jefferson? You don't want Dak? Saquon Barkley? Odell?
Nah, hold on. Nah. I'm looking for I'm looking for another iconic figure. The kind of.
I'll give you one. I'll let you take Gale Sayers.
You know what?
The Kansas Common.
You know what? I got one of them from LSU. I'm gonna go with Justin Jefferson as my honorable mention.
Okay, I told you that. And you know who I'm gonna go with? My last honorable mention pick, Kurt Warner.
His rookie year?
Yep.
When he came from the CFL?
Yep.
He was all right. He was all right. I listen, I won that list too.
Hey. Man, you look at my stuff, man. Look at this. ED rushed for 1,800 yards as a rookie, Ocho.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, That was like the fourth or fifth most yards ever. I don't think we're ever gonna see a rookie rush for more than that, Ocho, because they don't run the ball.
Nah, they don't run it enough.
Yeah, they don't run the ball because you know how many carry. First of all, even if you get 6 yards of carry, right, you're gonna have to carry the ball at least 300 times.
Yeah.
If you average 5 yards of carry, now you're gonna be looking at 350 carries. Right. Now you starting to get into that point of no return.
Right.
Because you start getting to that 370, 380, 390, 400. That's the point of no return. Only Eric Dickerson had been able to go to that number and return safely.
Right.
You go back and look at the guys that got 390. Look at James Wilder. Look at Terrell Davis. Look at the Dirt Mr. Jamal Anderson. Look at Eddie George. Right. Look at the guys that get those. Go back and study those once they hit that number and see what their career happened after that. So that's why I don't think we're going to see it again. And ED did it. He did it in 83, which was his rookie year, because he came in that great draft class with Marino and Elway and Kelly. Right. Richard Dent was in that. Bruce Matthews was in that draft class. Darrell Green was in that draft class. They had like 7 Hall of Famers. And back then, I don't think there were only 28 teams. So a core damn near, was crazy. But so who your Hall of Fame? Who your Hall of Fame number 2?
My Hall of Fame number 2?
I mean the Hall of Fame. I mean your honorable mention.
You want another one?
Yep.
Rookie year. Ooh. Let's go, Mike. I'm gonna go. Yeah, even though they getting on my boy for doing too much talking, I'm gonna go Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons rookie year, 13 sacks, 84 tackles, 64 solo tackles, 20 tackles for loss.
Yeah. You know what? Can I take Kurt Warner off?
Nah. No. You got Kurt Warner there, so that's how I know I'm gonna win this.
No, it's over for you. I mean, it ain't even close. Shit. If I don't win this 90-10, I don't know what's going on.
Trust me, you're not.
66-34, Ocho.
Who winning?
Me.
Well, it's about time. You done lost the last 5 rough drafts we done played.
I mean, think about it. I've got ED was rookie of the year. Randy was rookie of the year. CJ was rookie of the year. LT was rookie of the year. Reggie White was rookie of the year. I
let you have this.
I got defensive player of the year. Man, I got like LT was a rookie of the year. Right. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 rookie of the year.
Right. I mean, listen, I let you have this one. I felt bad for you. All this time I won the past 4 rough drafts. So I mean, it's about time you got you one.